Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My group and I from Group 5 will present to you about a review of a movie called Master. First and foremost, let us talk about the summary of the movie Master. Master begins when Kim Jae-myung, the crime investigation leader, wants to arrest President Jin Yong-pil, who is the founder of the One Network for a money pyramid scheme. This scheme makes many people suffer a lot of loss, as they invest a large amount of money with expectation that they will earn more money in the future. Unfortunately, all of the money is totally in benefit to President Jin Yong-pil and his people. In order to arrest the President Jin Yong-pil, Kim Jae-myung makes a strategy by arresting Park Jang-gun and threatening him to cooperate with them to uncover the evil scheme held by President Jin Yong-pil. They tried their best to avert President Jin Yong-pil, but nevertheless, they failed. After President Jin Yong-pil and Kim Mi-young fled to Philippines, Kim Jae-myung, Park Jang-gun and teams planned a new strategy in order to be able to take down President Jin Yong-pil and the scheme. Let us move on to the stakeholder and the stake for the movie. Before that, allow me to explain what is the meaning of the stakeholder and stake. Stakeholder is any person or organization that is affected by the business or affects the businesses. Meanwhile, stake is a vital interest held by someone either outside or inside the business that can include a lot of things such as ownership interest, legal obligation, and moral rights. One of the stakeholders in Master is President Jin Yong-pil, when they stake off to make secret money using the money from individual who has invested in One Network. He takes any action needed for the scheme, like change his identity in Philippines to carry out the scheme. The other stakeholder is Kim Jae-myung, with the stake off to capture President Jin Yong-pil for all his financial frauds. He gathers all evidence and keep in track with all the President Jin Yong-pil action in order to capture him. So, in the movie Master, the main character is Kim Jae-myung, while the villain is President Jin Yong-pil.
Thank you, Farhani. So now I will continue with the ethical dilemma of the hero Kim Jae-myung and the villain President Jin Hyun-pil. The first ethical dilemma of Kim Jae-myung is whether he should arrest President Jin as soon as he has the evidence, or should he wait for a more crucial evidence such as the secret ledger. This was shown when he and his teammates spent 6 months to get through the section chief of One Network, Park Jang-gun, who knows the location of One Network's data control room. After that, they managed to persuade Park Jang-gun to team up with the intellectual crime investigation team. This had made them a step closer to get their hands on the secret ledger that will expose what One Network actually is to the world. The second ethical dilemma of Kim Jae-myung is whether he should catch President Jin who fled to the Philippines, or should he catch the culprit who ran away with the secret ledger. It all started when FSC Bureau Chief Han Sang-uk's body was found after a car fire has been extinguished. Ever since he and his teammates started the investigation, President Jin never played with someone's life before. But now, a person relating to the fraud case died, and this made Kim Jae-myung furious and went straight away to President Jin's house to see whether Park Jang-gun managed to get the secret ledger or not. Kim Jae-myung followed Park Jang-gun's car from behind, and both of them pulled up to the side of the road. This is when he realized that someone else was in the car with Jang-gun. That person kidnapped Jang-gun and ran away with the secret ledger. Kim Jae-myung is in dilemma because he does not sure whether the secret ledger is a real one or just a bait to distract him from keeping his eyes on President Jin's moves. Moving on to the next slide is the ethical dilemma of the villain, President Jin. The first ethical dilemma of President Jin is whether he should trust Park Jang-gun or should he doubt Park Jang-gun's loyalty toward him. President Jin can sense that there is a traitor between Park Jang-gun and Mother Kim. It all started when Park Jang-gun lied about him being in an accident, when actually he met with the crime investigation team. President Jin have many connections with powerful people in Korea, so he have eyes everywhere to report any unusual thing that happened to Park Jang-gun or Mother Kim. So, someone sent him a video of Park Jang-gun intentionally crashing into a police van to make it look like he's been in an accident. That is when he knows that Park Jang-gun is a spy in the group. The second dilemma is whether he should continue his scheme to deceive people, or should he turn himself in to the authorities? As a conman, he would try his best to get money by deceiving innocent people. However, after the news of one network being a scam was published, he faked his death and fled away to the Philippines. When Kim Jong-un found President Jin's current location, he asked Park Jang-un on what might be his next step. That is when Park Jang-un said that President Jin relies on fraud to photosynthesis. If he tried to earn an honest living, he will wither and die. And his saying was proven true because as soon as President Jin arrived at the Philippines, he started to plan another fraud called Dream City Eco Manila.
Consequentialism is an idea which agrees that the moral and ethicality of an action is determined solely by its contribution to overall utility. Hence, an action is said to be an ethical action if the benefits is greater than the burdens. From a consequentialism point of view, the action taken by the villain, which is President Jin Hyung-pil, is said to bring happiness and pleasure for many stakeholders, especially for the investors that confidently invest in his company, One Network. First and foremost, one of the reasons that shows the consequentialism from villain's action is that the family that invests in One Network company can build wealth and financial stability in the future. The families were very happy with this investment, as they believe that the money that they can get in the future will be able to help them to survive in their life. For example, in this movie, the families want to use the opportunity from the investment, which is to get the promised house at the one island. Other than that, the other reason that shows the consequentialism from the villain's action is that One Network company can be the top-rated investment firms in South Korea. It is because President Jin Hyung-pil had successfully built the high confidence and trust of the investors for him. This situation has benefited the company as the investors are willing to invest their money and put their full trust in this One Network company rather than other investment companies in the country. Last but not least, the public are also happy as this investment will help the community to change their life to a better one. Hence, it obviously can decrease the problems of poverty among the community in South Korea and other social problems like begging and homeless. In conclusion, the majority stakeholders were enjoying more benefits than the burdens from the act of the villain, President Jin Hyung-pil. Hence, we can say that President Jin Hyung-pil's action is an ethical action.
I will present to you about the action taken by hero from deontology view. The idea of deontology view is an approach to ethics that focuses on the rightness or wrongness of the action themselves. It is also can be defined some acts are morally obligatory, regardless of their consequences for human welfare. Descriptives of such ethics are expressed like duty for duty's sake, virtue is its own reward, and let justice be done through the heavenfolds. The act of Kim Jong-un in getting the evidence by forcing Park Jong-un to side with him is wrong. The motive or duty of Kim Jong-un in doing the act is actually not following the procedure and causes harm to others. Such an act will not improve his well-being because in future when he does his duty, his upper management will not trust him anymore and his evidence may be void in the investigation. This act is wrong and unethical and it caused some people to die and have severe injuries. Director Han is dead, Park Jong-un is injured and one of the police has a broken leg in an explosion during an operation. This concludes that an act which is done with an element of coercion is unethical and causes harm. He is not following the golden rules concept. It means doing things that we want people to do for us. So the question is, will Kim Jong-un let other police make an unethical investigation that causes his family to die? The act of forgery identity of Peter Kim is also unethical. This simply shows disrespect because Kim Jong-un is taking advantage of Park Jong-un to make use of Peter Kim's background without Peter Kim's permission. What if something happened when he was doing his duty in Peter Kim's identity and real Peter Kim will be blamed for such action. It is worse when he used Peter Kim's identity to scam President Jin. It can cause harm to Peter Kim, such as being killed by President Jin, as President Jin is harmful to everyone. Using another person's identity violates one person's right. Kim Jae-myung is performing his action to use others to advance his interests, and he is exploiting people. There is no respect for the moral and human right in the cases.
Thank you, Maryam, for your point of content too. So I'll proceed with the next discussion, which explain the ethical action based on the golden rule that was taken if we were in the violent shoes. Based on a comprehensive viewing of the film, I would definitely feel remorseful if given the opportunity to become President Jin, the founder of One Network, who is also regarded as the main villain of this Korean film master. It would be a disgrace if I became him because he lacked empathy for his members, as he has the audacity to cry in front of everyone when he briefed about his successful company and said that he truly adores his members because they trust and have faith in his company. The truth is that everything is an action and drama that he created in order to win the heart of his members. In contrast to those who are responsible for these investing activities, I'm convinced that there are a large number of innocent people who must bear the consequence of their action after investing a large sum of money in a large investment company. In my opinion, he is a knowledgeable individual who knows everything about the investment world, and he has a good team that includes Park Jang-gun, the pro-IT, and Kim Mi-young, the public relations director, also known as Mother Kim. From what he has, I'm very sure he is able to keep his promise to all of his members and do their best, which may benefit all stakeholders. Apart from that, Jin should feel guilty about a member of One Network. After he ran away from the problem in Korea, he instantly made a new deal with the senator in Manila, which promised to help the poor people there with their living needs. As for me, I would feel guilty about committing fraud again if I had done it before, because I would feel that people would suffer after what I had done. The ethical action that we will take based on the golden rule is that since Jin Hyung-pil is the president of One Network and has the authority over his employees, he should act professionally by making sound decisions while keeping in mind the other members of One Network who have placed their trust in their company. I understand that he wants to protect the company's reputation and live a prosperous life, but he also needs to make the right decision in order for everyone to contribute to the investment to see a return on their investment. Without the support of other members, the company will collapse, since there are rumors about the company's activities practicing a pyramid scheme. Secondly, when everything got messed up, President Jin ran away to another country and started a new project which promised everything that never happened. During his presence in Korea, he promised the members of One Network to provide them a project called One Island, which provides all facilities in one center. But it never happened. He needs to take responsibility toward all the members because they trust him all the way without hesitation. Golden Rule states that we want to treat others the way we would like to be treated. So when all members of One Network have put their trust in President Jin, he needs to be responsible and treat them like how they treat him and like how they trust him. So that's all from me. I'll pass to ILHAM to conclude the discussion of our group. Thank you.
In conclusion, there is always a way to define our ethics. Our ethics will never be perfect in front of others. Sometimes we will look good whenever we do good. But sometimes the good path is not on our side and we are forced to use the opposite path as meant by consequentialism. There are times too when goals never legitimize means as defined in deontology. Therefore, we always need to be devoted and deserving of others. We should not be like President Jin, who takes advantage of other people's grief as a way to succeed in the scam. He will be punished since it is only a matter of time. Always strive to be like Kim Jae-myung. Even if his attempts are hindered, he perseveres in his own way until he achieves his goals.